We start this hour in West Asia, where an Israeli strike has destroyed a second high-rise building in Gaza City within 2 days, according to witness and military officials. The Israeli Defense Forces say the building targeted was used by Hamas, the terrorist organization. The structure, identified as the 15-story Sussi Tower, was seen collapsing in videos shared online. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz confirmed the operation on social media, stating, quote, "We're continuing," alongside footage of the strike. This marks an escalation in the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestinian groups in Gaza, with further developments expected as the conflict rages on. We are now joined by Mati Zaweg. He is a geopolitical expert and he joins us live from Israel. Mati, thank you very much for joining us and pleasure to have you on the program.
Pleasure, Thomas. Thank you.
What independent and justifiable evidence does the IDF have that supports the claim that this Sussi Tower was used for Hamas military intelligence or command operations, and how does it obtain it?
This tower is, they have intelligence that they are all kind of Hamas militants inside. I mean, you know, we are in a war, and in a war there are hundreds or thousands of targets, and the question is the people is very shocked by images of a high-rise apartment building falling down. And this is not the issue, because these apartments, they don't have been with civilians inside, because Israel is telling them they are going to bomb there. This is first. This is, you don't have this in another wars, but this war has been broadcasted 24 hours a day, and that's what it is. This is another target of the war. This is not the core issue of this war. And the core issue of this war is that you have two sides. One side that is continuing to avoid to free the hostages that they still have, 48 now, in order to remain in power, a power that it has not, a power that all the world, Europe and the United States and the Arab countries themselves, most of the moderates, I mean, they are asking them to step down, to dismantle themselves. They don't do it. They make Israel go inside, attack them, and then their tool is to use all the media in the world in order to put them pressure on Israel. And this is this circle is going again and again every day.
Mati, the Gaza Health Ministry says that nearly 62,000 Palestinians have now been killed in this war. As you've said, we've all seen these photos on social media of the suffering going on in the enclave. Israel Katz earlier today said he was going to open the, quote, gates of hell in Gaza City. Given all the international condemnation and, of course, the hostages which still remain in Gaza, what are your thoughts on Israel's military operations and how they are combating currently in this current operation?
Well, this is another conflicted theme, because even the Israeli public is very divided about that, because we have been fighting against them for almost 2 years. They still have 2 battalions, especially in Gaza and in a place close to Gaza also, and they are the big, and now the government is asking for the population to move again to the south, to El Mawasi area, which is an humanitarian aid area, but also in the past, this humanitarian aid area has been the scene of fightings also with Hamas militants. Anyway, we are going in circles, because Israel is not really entering the city of Gaza for avoiding also a lot of injured soldiers or dead for themselves. They are waiting to see when is the right time to do it, and now they are just, you know, like targeting all these buildings and all these areas that they have information that they have terrorists inside. And we are going to talk again and again, and it's going to be always the same. Both extremist sides are feeding themselves. when they have excuses for all the government, because in Israel you have a government which is very special, it has never been in the history, and now is formed by religious and right-wing components that they were never the main core of any government in the past. And now Hamas themselves, they are giving excuses for this government to continue saying it's the only card we have in hand. We have to continue attacking and to continue entering until we'll do everything in a military way. And so I think it must be a common effort from all the parts, from Qatar, Egypt, the United States, Europe even, asking from Hamas to do their part and fulfill an agreement that free the hostage and dismantle themselves. When they are going to be very, very active about this request, I think things are going to be much better, and they are not going to give the extremists in the Israeli government the excuses to continue in the policy they are having these days.
Yes, Matty, do stay with us. We have further updates from the conflict. The Israeli Defense Forces have issued urgent evacuation orders in Gaza City, urging residents to flee ahead of planned strikes on a high-rise tower it claims houses Hamas infrastructure. Leaflets were dropped over the city, directing civilians to move southward to a designated humanitarian zone in Al-Mawasi. As Israeli forces intensify their operations, they push deeper into Gaza City's remaining strongholds, signalling a major escalation in the ongoing military offensive to capture the territory's largest urban centre. Here's what some of the residents had to say.
المنشورات على قطاع غزة ارحلوا، احنا بدنا نضل صامتين هنا وبنش طالعين من بلدنا. بقول لك المواسم منطقة عندنا، وبنروح غاد بطبوا فيك ضرب، وين نروح؟ وأنا معيش مصاري أطلع أصلاً مقلب 20 مليون، ولا خيمة ولا دار ولا أكل، وأجر معايا 15 نفر عندي، وين أجرهم؟ مش قادر بقدرش وغزة حالي، أنا بدي أموت هنا. تكاليف المواصلات اللي كانت تكلف 10% اليوم بتكلف 100%.
Mati, Israel has been naming Al-Mawasi now a safe zone, a humanitarian area. However, previously, obviously, it has not been. Can you tell us why Israel is naming it this when it has been such a place of violence in the past?
Well, we are talking about the Gaza Strip. It's a very tiny place with a very dense population. So Al-Mawasi, it can be at this moment, in the current situation of things, one of the best places to be. It's not ideal. I mean, there is no place that is ideal now in a place that has almost no buildings and almost no way of escaping, because their Arab brothers of Egypt, they also don't open their gates and then don't let even one family to go out from the Gaza Strip. It's also a nice question that someone has to ask too. Maybe the hundreds of thousands of innocents could fly to the Sinai, but they cannot do it because Egypt closed. So Israel has found some places that are safer than others. They're asking population to move there. And this is really a very crazy situation, of course, but this is still a war, an ongoing war that is not going to finish until Hamas is not going to change the way they are behaving. And also putting on a corner a government that is saying now the only thing we have to do is more and more attacks in order to finish with Hamas.
Okay, Matty, do stay with us. We stay, but we move on to a related topic in Europe, where British police officers have arrested protesters